Okay, Adam, right. It's unusual for us to have a player who's actually from Maidstone playing for Maidstone United. And can you tell us a bit about where you first started playing football?
Yeah, I played for Vince's Park. That's where my first ever team was. I started as a goalkeeper, under nines. Played there for a few years, and then went and played for Bearsted, and then got scouted playing for Maidstone District by Arsenal, and that was the start of my journey really in football.
So, around about the time that you were joining Arsenal, like Maidstone must have been playing in the County League or the Kent League. Were you aware that Maidstone United still existed at the time?
Yeah, my dad used to reminisce about old times and things like that.
Yeah.
But obviously, at the time, obviously playing in the Kent League and whatever league they were in at the time, wasn't overly publicised. I don't think we used to see it on the back of the KM and things like that. But
Yeah.
I think I was a bit young as well at the time. So once I'd gone to Arsenal, obviously, sort of bright lights sort of thing. But I've always remained in Maidstone, always lived in Maidstone.
Yeah. Is it true you worked in Flaming Henry's?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've probably served a lot of people when it comes to the games. Yeah, I've done a few jobs. Worked with my uncle in Snodland. I've worked obviously at Flaming Henry's, and I do local football coaching as well. So I like to go back and go to grassroots football in Maidstone and sort of give back things that I've learned along my way. So yeah.
But I mean, your main day job is still at Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah. I do that 4 times a week now, and it's definitely something that will be in my future. But for now, I'm very much a footballer, and Arsenal really support me in that. So that's my direction at the moment.
How relieved are you to be back playing again?
Oh yeah, there's nothing better than on a Saturday coming out and a place like this where we've got over 2,000 people at times packed in here, all screaming and shouting, and the atmosphere. It's why you play football.
I was going to say, I mean, it must be, in terms of crowd size, it's going to be similar to Barnet and Wickham and some of the places that you play.
Yeah, definitely. It's similar to Barnet, just less of a hill. The underhill was always quite tough, but yeah, and it was raw when you know, we were on the attack, and that in the second half was fantastic. So it spurs the team on, definitely.
Then you had that one chance, didn't you, where you just couldn't quite keep it down. I mean, if you'd been playing for a couple more weeks, that you'd have scored that one.
Well, you never know. If, you know, you like to try and score every single chance, but you've got to be a realist at the same time as a bit of an optimist. So.
Okay. Well, how did the move here come about?
Something that was we spoke about in the summer, quite early, because I was on the transfer list from Bromley. I came back in okay condition, very good condition, and Bromley decided to keep me and have me around. So something that was in the back burner, and then when it looked like I wasn't going to play at Bromley, I asked the Bromley manager whether he could sort of reignite what was already discussed in the summer.
And did you know many of the players here from beforehand?
Yeah, definitely. I've played with people like Franny Collin, played with Stephen Watt before, played against Stephen Watt when he used to play with Chelsea. I was playing for Arsenal many years ago. But you know, I live in Maidstone, so I'm very aware when they're out and about.
Were you in the same Wales side as Lee Morgan?
Lee Morgan, yeah, we go a long way back, me and Lee. Yeah, and we used to play for Wimbledon. I used to play against him. So yeah, there's a lot of connections here, and I played with Nicky Southall for Dover and obviously at Gillingham.
And I get the question that everybody has to ask whenever you sign somebody on loan is, in the end, do you think it might become a permanent move?
That's the nature of the beast, isn't it? I mean, you come on loan, but to obviously impress the team you're at and to do your best. But you won't find another loan player that's coming to play, you know, for their team and want to achieve with their team more than me. You know, Maidstone's my hometown. It's a privilege to be able to play for. Right.